Well, we're here at the university where the GHA's public meeting has just come to an end. I'm joined by the GHA's Director General, Professor Patrick Geoghegan. Questions from the floor, mostly on the Alzheimer's and dementia strategy, health centre card renewals, primary care and appointments. Professor Geoghegan, how do you feel about the turnout and about the meeting generally?
I thought it went very, very well, because this is just our second public meeting since we set up our campaign to engage the community. I thought there was lots of interesting questions. I think people showed a real interest, and what I was really impressed with, how people came who also attended our last meeting. And what we're trying to do is almost like collect people's voices. So people who came tonight for the first time said, oh, we'll come to the next one in January. So I hope word on the street will get out there. You know, we mean business. This is really about engaging with the public, listening to the public. I need their voice to try and help me get things right within the GHA.
Wouldn't that be easier if you made the venues a bit more accessible? You've always been at both poles, Gibraltar today at the university, the last one was at the airport.
Yes, I agree. We're moving around Gibraltar. Obviously, I'm not that familiar with where we should be in Gibraltar, but I certainly hope maybe the next time it'll be more central. I think we're going to have to suck it and see. It's a learning process for us as well.
Okay, so the next one will be more central, because I believe it's at the John Mackintosh Hall. Improvements, you've highlighted improvements tonight, but some of the stats before the improvements sound pretty bad. For example, almost 80% of calls, I believe, are getting through to the primary care centre now, but compared to a previous 36% is less than half. It's quite bad.
I mean, what we're trying to do is modernise the service, and that is not just about the phone system, but also how it operates, the whole system operates. And with our reset, restart, recover model, what we're trying to do is bring things up to a different standard. And I think what happened in the past happened in the past. What I'm really keen about is what are we going to do for the future, because I want to be futuristic, because that's what we're here to do.
But a lot of work to be done. Another example I can give you is cancel operations because of inadequate sterilising equipment. I'm not medical, but sterilising equipment sounds like GCSE medicine.
Yes, and I mean, obviously we're getting our brand new CSSD unit now, our sterilisation unit, which should be functional, we hope, around February next year. And it's going to be state of the art for the people here in Gibraltar, which means we won't have the cancel operations, and all our equipment will be of a standard that is suitable to participate in our treatment in our theatres.
Professor, you say listen to people's voices. What happens with the voices at these meetings?
Can I assure everyone who comes and raises an issue, as I do when people communicate with me by letter, by email, etc., I take it very seriously. I mean, I believe organisations can only go forward if it listens to the people who use the services. And as I said tonight, I apologise when we get it wrong. I apologise sometimes we can't do as much as we'd like to do. But I think by listening to people, people often come up with the solutions to problems. I often sit down with people and I learn so much, because I might have my ideas and my team will have an idea, because we're in the business on a day-to-day basis. And suddenly you have this light bulb moment where someone comes and says, Prof, have you never thought of A, B and C? I love it. So I can assure anyone who comes to one of these meetings, we take it very seriously, as we did at the last meeting. People said primary care wasn't working, the phone system wasn't working, couldn't get an appointment with the GPs, etc. We're doing something about it. People have come to me and said, A&E, waiting times, you've got to do something. I've now set up a working group, which I'm personally chairing again. So just like the primary care one, we can make some changes. So if you've got an idea, if you can help me, but I love people who, yes, come with your problems, but I love you coming with a solution, because often your solutions are more practical than I'll bring to the table.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And just so you know, the next meeting will be on the 26th of January. And as I said earlier, that's at the John Mackintosh Hall.